Hey guys, hopefully you watched my first couple videos. Number one, an ergonomics setup for your desk. Number two, the CARs or controlled articular rotations and mobility for the upper body. Now I'm going to teach you some CARs, controlled articular rotations for lower body. So we're going to do lumbar and hips. And I'm also going to teach you some mobility active releases for the glutes and the diaphragm. So number one, let's go over our CARs. Remember, controlled. Okay, we're making these hard, articular, in the joints rotations. So we're going to do the hips first. Now, you can either do these from a standing position, okay, or you can do them from a kneeling. I'm going to demonstrate the kneeling position because these ones are a little easier to keep your balance, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get into kind of this cat-camel position, the quadruped position. And you're going to isolate one hip. So we're going to do the left hip here, okay? Now, what I want to make sure we don't do is that we're not moving the hips all around. We want to keep nice and sturdy, okay? We can do that by bracing our core. So you want to tuck the ribs, press through the elbows so you're nice and sturdy with your torso. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by lifting your hip to the side, far as you can without creating any rocking through your hips. And then what you're going to do is you're going to internally rotate the hip, and you're going to come back into a full hip extension. And then you're going to tuck that knee all the way. Okay? And then you're going to reverse that. You're going to extend the hip. This time, instead of internal rotation, you're going to externally rotate. And you're going to go back to the beginning. Okay? So from a standing position, this is what it would look like. I'm going to brace my core, stand nice and tall, keeping that other leg rooted. I'm going to lift high as I can, internally rotate, extend, reverse, externally rotate, flex, and finish. Okay, so you can do that through both your hips. Next, let's go over the lumbar spine. This one you've likely seen before. These are cat camels. Okay, so we'll start here in an extended position or a cat position. Okay, so we're going to have our head tipped back. We're going to have our spine, our lumbar spine extended all the way, sticking our butt out. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to start by curling your head. You're going to picture vertebrae by vertebrae through that middle back. We're going to start tucking all the way, segment by segment, through that lower back till we hit the end range. Okay, nice and slow. Remember, try to do this through thick air. We're going to try and reverse that. Okay, segment by segment through the lumbar spine, then through the T-spine, and then through the neck. Okay, one more time. We're going to curl through the neck, do the thoracic spine, lumbar spine, reverse the process, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. All right, last thing. We're going to go over the active releases. We're going to wake up those glutes. We're going to wake up some of our breathing mechanisms too by stimulating the diaphragm. This is going to help you take deep diaphragm, rest and repair, relaxation breaths as you sit at the desk, okay? It's going to help you take those nice belly breaths. And we're also going to wake up the glutes so we don't overstimulate and shrink up all of those hip flexors throughout the day. So let's go over the diaphragm breathing first. Okay, you're going to grab 2 AccuBalls. Again, you can use lacrosse balls, tennis balls. This one you have to be careful of though, because you're going to get these balls right up underneath your rib cage, okay? Okay, if you feel nauseous at all doing this, then just back off a little bit. This shouldn't be that comfortable, but you want to make sure that you're feeling that those balls are just right underneath the rib cage, okay, right around that diaphragm position. Okay, so you're going to lay face down on the balls side by side like so. Okay, right underneath your rib cage. Make sure you brace yourself with your elbows, okay? So you can direct the right amount of body weight through the balls. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by breathing into the balls. So when you breathe in, you should feel your belly pressing into the balls, okay? So, okay, I'm feeling those pressing the balls. And as I let my breath out, I feel those balls really sink in underneath my rib cage all the way down to the floor. Breathe in and press into the balls. Breathe out and let those balls sink into the diaphragm, okay? After you do this, you should even feel you can breathe a little easier. You can actually hit this also by hitting the diaphragm in the back. So you can place these, okay, right at the bottom of your rib cage, side by side, on either side of your spine, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna curl up so your core is tight, okay? And your arms are crossed in the front, feet flat on the floor. You're gonna breathe in, pressing into those balls, and then as you breathe out, you're gonna let those balls sink in, and you're gonna try and sit up a little bit. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Press your hands together. Try to sit up. All right? Last one is glutes. You're going to take one of your balls. You're going to place it directly into your glute max. Okay? This can be a little spicy. You might find some nice trigger points in there. You can start by putting one foot on top of the opposite knee and just work that knee back and forth. You can direct the amount of pressure onto the ball with your body weight. Okay? Just kind of grind that up a little bit, and you can change spots, get more up into the outer glute, the glute medius. You can go down on the elbow to put a little more body weight into it and start doing knee drives up and back. So I have this other foot flat on the ground to keep me stable. The other my left elbow on the floor, pulling my knee to the chest, extending the leg, pulling the knee, extending the leg, okay? And the last one, we'll pick a little different spot. We'll start doing these reverse clamshells. Pull one knee to the other. Okay. Again, you can do 5 or 6 reps like that per spot. You should be nice and prepped to start hitting your day at the home office. So go get after it, guys. Feel free to send me questions. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure that you hit notifications for when we put out these videos. And I'll